yes, you should be on social media. But if you don't have a plan and you are just posting all haphazardly and willy-nilly, then it's probably better that you don't even get on social media at all, because it might be more damaging to your brand than you think. In this video, I am going to share with you how to get the most out of social media so that your results are maximized. Let's go.
Hey, I am Chanel Yarber, and I am the brains and beauty behind Bright Girl Media. My goal is to empower women entrepreneurs with the tools and strategies they need to effectively market their businesses online.
First off, if you are going to market your business on social media, you have to have a what? A strategy. If you've been watching my videos any amount of time, you know that that is the number one thing that I'm going to tell every business owner, is that you must have a strategy. And your strategy has to be bigger than just what kind of content are you going to post. You need to also know, what does your customer service look like? How are you responding to people when they direct message you or they leave comments? You also need to know, are you going to place ads or are you just going to do organic content? And what is your budget going to be? Do you have a budget, and how do you set that? All of these things should be informing your social media marketing strategy, not just what kind of content am I going to post and how many times a day am I going to post. And those things are very important too. But there are a lot of things that I'm watching that are little foxes that spoil the vine for a lot of business owners that are trying to market their businesses on social media, and they don't understand why it's simply not working the way that they thought that it should work for them. All of these things need to be considered when it comes time for you to decide whether or not you want to be active on social media. Hey, here's another one. Are you going to automate your posts, or are you going to do everything by hand? Because that is very important. When you start getting busy in your business and you're trying to do everything that you need to do for your clients, and you're doing accounting and emails and everything else, a lot of times social media will just slip through the cracks and it becomes the last priority or the last thing that you do. And if you're going to do social media, you need to do it right. Do not make it your last priority or just something that you do because it's there to do it. Be very intentional about the way that you present yourself on social media, because it can make and it can absolutely break your brand. The next thing that you have to do is tie your content to your overall business goals. A lot of times people come to me and they say that they don't know what's happening and why nothing's happening and all this other good stuff. And it's simply because they have not tied what they're posting to what they want to get out of their content. So make sure that you are going over your overarching business goals, that you're tying it to your content, and that you have some key performance indicators to measure and to know whether or not you're actually getting a result out of your social media in the first place, because you might surprise yourself. So here's how to do that. If you want to grow brand awareness and you want more people to know who you are, then you need to focus on awareness campaigns. And one of the ways that you can measure that is by tracking how your followers are growing, and also tracking the number of shares that you get on that content that you're looking to gain the followers and to gain the attention and to grow the brand with. So make sure that whatever you're measuring always ties back to that goal, and that will tell you whether or not something is working. Here's another example. If you want to drive sales in your business and it's really mainly about revenue for you, then you want to do a lot of conversion campaigns, and you want to make sure that you are tracking the revenue that you get, that you're tracking the click-throughs that you get, and that you're seeing whether or not the content is leading directly to a sale. That is how you make sure that the content is actually working. Now, here's a caveat to that. Nobody wants to be sold, but everybody wants to sell something. Okay, so make sure that you're not being overly, over the top salesy, buy. You want to make sure that people understand who you are and they actually connect with your brand in a way that makes them intuitively want to buy. So a lot of business owners, they get on social media simply because they want to make money, but that can't be the only thing that you focus on social media, because you're going to lose a lot of your audience and you're going to alienate a lot of people. Now, like I said, a lot of people, they come to me in our consultations and they tell me, oh my God, my social media is not working. I was posting and I was just not getting anything out of it. And after I ask a few questions and I peek up under the hood a little bit, I started to notice that yes, your social media was actually doing something. You just didn't know what it was doing, or you thought that it was supposed to do one thing, but it was in fact doing another. So for instance, I get a lot of people that tell me, hey Chanel, I've listened to your videos, I've watched your content, and I see that you tell people to post 3 times a day. I've been posting 3 times a day consistently, and I'm not getting any sales. And I asked them, did you ask anybody for a sale? And when I look at their content, nowhere in there do they give the call to action to tell people, hey, go buy. Hey, go do this. And they're wondering why people don't do it. In our minds, somehow we feel like people are supposed to be mind readers and they're supposed to know what it is that we want them to do. They don't. People are, I'm not going to call them dumb, because they're not dumb. They're just trained to do what it is that you tell them to do. So make sure that if you're trying to get those conversions, you have a very strong call to action and that you actually lead people exactly where you want them to go. And another thing, sometimes we are not paying attention to what's going on with our customer service. We're leaving our DMs just stacking up. People are trying to reach out to us and we're not responding. That should absolutely be an important part of your social media strategy and your overall social media goals, is to have a minimum time that you respond to people, that you get them the answers that they need, that you're leading people down a path. It is one of the easiest ways to sell to people directly from your DMs if you use it the right way. But if you're not responding and you're not being responsive, or you're responding negatively to people in their comments or their DMs, then you're actually leaving a bad impression in people's mouths, and they don't want to then do business with you. And then they go tell other people not to do business with you. So make sure that customer service is a tip-top point of your strategy and that you pay close attention to it, because you can make or break your business with that alone. Forget about the content. If you've gained anything from this video thus far, make sure you hit the like and don't forget to comment as well. I want to hear from you. So here are a couple takeaways that I want you to take into thinking about how to intentionally use social media. And number 1 is, don't just be on social media just to be on social media. It totally defeats the point and the purpose. I know we tell you, all the marketing gurus are going to tell you, you need to be on social media, you need to focus on it. But here's the thing. If you are not going to use it and you're not going to use it properly, don't waste your time, and don't waste anybody else's time, because you're just not going to get the results that you want. It's going to frustrate you. It's going to make your customers mad because they're not getting the answers that they need. And it's just going to be a lose-lose situation. So don't just be on social media just to be on social media. My second point is, make sure that you have some other little tricks in your bag and some other tactics in your marketing strategy, and that you're not just solely focused on social media. Because that's when the frustration kicks in. You are putting your all in all and all your eggs in one basket, and you're trying to get this golden egg out of the basket. And you're thinking that if you focus on social media day in and day out, that you're going to become a millionaire overnight, or whatever people tend to tell you. That is not always true, but whatever. Make sure that you diversify your marketing, that you have a PR strategy, that you have a video strategy, that you are doing some email marketing. Perhaps you're doing some streaming TV ads. Whatever it is, mix it up and lead people back to social media. Don't just only focus on social media and then get mad if you don't get an immediate result. Because sometimes, all the time, not just sometimes, all the time, it's going to take a little bit of time. And my third key point is to measure everything. Don't just look at your bottom line, and don't just look at your pocketbook and your revenue and your income statements and say, oh my God, this did nothing. I was on social media for a whole month and nothing happened. It's not true. Measure everything. Tie everything back to a data point so that you can kind of see and watch where things are happening and where things might be falling off. It might be that your landing page isn't performing. It might be that your link was broken and maybe you didn't even check it or track it. It could be a number of different things that happen on social media and as a result of social media to not get you the result that you are looking for. So Make sure that you measure every single thing from your engagement to your shares, to your followers, to your revenue, to make sure that you can see what is working and what isn't working, and you can go in and you can tweak it and make it better. If you've enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to smack the bell so that you get notifications each and every time I go live or post a new video, because I am sharing all the tea on digital marketing and you need to be in the know. You should also check out my video, Why Social Media is Important for Small Businesses. And if you need help marketing your business, check us out at www.brightgirl.media for more assistance. We help entrepreneurs just like you with their digital marketing strategies, and we'd love to help you too. Until next time.